There has been a recent surge in the number of people caught crossing the border illegally in southern Arizona, making the situation dangerous for Border Patrol agents and the people they capture. News 4 Tucson's Lupita Murillo has more digging deeper in the latest numbers and what could be behind the increase.
I think it's very concerning to the agents when you see the apprehensions go up, especially during this pandemic.
Art Del Cueto is the vice president of the National Border Patrol Council and the president of the Local 2544. He works in the Tucson sector, covering 262 border miles between the United States and Mexico. It's one of the busiest in the country, both in apprehensions and marijuana seizures. How bad have things been since the start of the pandemic? In February, agents apprehended more than 5,000 people. In March, the numbers remained about the same. In April, the numbers dropped in half. Then May, apprehensions went up slightly. But in June, apprehensions increased by nearly 50% to almost the same level as February and March.
A lot of it, I think, has to do with some of our agents that were detailed in certain positions are now back out there in areas of the field.
According to U.S. Customs and Border Protection, they have nearly 4,000 agents working in 9 stations that make up the Tucson sector. Not only are they seeing an increase in apprehensions,
but what I've been seeing from talking to the agents is they're seeing an increase in rescues out there.
Alan Regalado also works in the Tucson sector.
So far this fiscal year to date, 2020, we've had over 1,000 rescues. But the Border Patrol is real good at providing these life-saving resources out in the West Desert, well, in the desert in general.
Del Cueto says during one recent rescue, agents took turns carrying an undocumented immigrant out of the sweltering desert.
Once they brought him to safety and he was at the hospital, then they discovered that this individual had COVID. The last thing on their mind was whether this individual could have infected them or their families. What the agents were going through was thinking, hey, let's save this individual.
The agents did just that. Del Cueto says the area that's seen the most apprehensions is on the Tohono O'odham Nation southwest of Tucson.
There's not that much of a wall there. There's not that much of a structure. And those are the areas where we've seen more and more individuals trying to enter the country illegally.
The people being apprehended are no longer asking for asylum. It's becoming even more dangerous for the agents because those who are crossing illegally know if they're caught, they will be sent back instead of being released in the United States, like those asking for asylum. Digging deeper, Lupita Murillo, News 4 Tucson.